Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and we're going to be carrying on with these two little chappies. Now, I have realised a bit of a mistake here. This bit here isn't metal, it's flesh, so I'll be redoing that now. So we'll go back with the colour we used for the Dwarf's flesh, which was the Bestigo flesh, and we'll just go over that. I may need some more going onto the pallets in a moment, I'm not sure, but we'll soon find out. That bit there and this bit here. Okay. Now we all make mistakes when we're painting. Sometimes you can tell what they are, other times you can't. I couldn't really tell when I was doing the undercoating and base coating and whatever, but I really should have had a look at some reference photos first, but I was silly enough this time not to. I'm just trying to find a way of getting this bit lit up and I can see what I'm painting underneath. So I may have to come back to this in a moment to redo some areas because it's not covering terribly well. But hey, better 2 or 3 thin layers than one very thick one. Okay, so we're going to leave that for a moment, and we're now going to go back, staying with the Dwarf. We're going to go back a little bit with the Dwarf. We're going to mix in some of these browns with some of the Rhine oxide because I want a brownish leathery colour, and that's going to be for the gloved hands. Because they're not metal either. As I said, it's a case of colour it in and then hope for the best. I'm also going to do the boots this colour as well, but there is some armour on the boots, so I'm not going to be covering all the boots. It's got external steel toe caps. Everything. There we go. And that's that. Now I've got that part done. I do hope you can actually hear me. It's not good trying to paint into narration when you've no voice, but plod on. I'm going to add some more of the Bestigo flesh down here because we don't have much left, and I'm going to add some, go over the arms again, make sure that we've got all the arms covered. Obviously not wanting to add too much paint to the model. There we go, there's one side done. And now the other side. The joy of this is being acrylic paint, acrylic based paint. It dries very quickly, so you've not a lot of waiting. once that dries, we can get on with highlighting. Washing the skin, first of all. I can't do much more with that than washing the skin. Now, another thing I want to do is using dryad bark, which is this colour, going over the shaft of the hammer. I'm going to pop some of that there, don't need much, and we're going over the shaft here of the hammer. Like so. And then I'm going to this colour that we mixed earlier for his beard. I'm going to take some of that. I'm going to take some of this pale colour, add it in. In fact, I'll just use it from this pale colour. I'm going to add that to here. So, a spot on his. There we go. That's it. Okay, so with that being done, going back to the runefang steel which we used for the armour, I'm going to add some little details now and make sure those details stand out. I'm going to do there. I'm just going to wipe down the edge there because I've got a little bit of a brown colour on it. And there's a few areas that I need to highlight just to make it stand out. And the reason I'm doing this straight out of the pot is because it is quite a watery paint anyway, and I'm not using a lot of it, so I'm scraping most of the paint off the brush. So it's not going to be it's not going on very thick and gloopy. As I was just adding touches here and there. Right, so now we've done that, what we're going to be doing next is we want to add a little bit of gold. Well, in fact, I'm not using gold, I'm using copper, which is this colour. It's quite a nice colour to use. And this is just going on the little elliptical square design on the side of the hammer. And that's not gone onto the edges at all, it's gone straight into the gap in the middle. So I'm going to dab that in. It's a little too watery for that job, I think. Let's see if I can just shake it up a bit and see if that will help. And hopefully this is a little better. There we are, one side done. Isn't quite strong enough for this side. There we are. That's that done. I'm going to put a little bit on here as well. There we And now what I need to do is wash the skin tone. And with that I'm using the Reichland Flesh shade that I used earlier, which is this colour again. And I'm going to do this on the arms. And there. I'll go back into the face as well. That's better. Okay. So we used some of the Saltec green on this. We're now going to be using that with a spot of Screaming Skull. I mean a spot, I don't want too much of this. I just want to use it so that it just lightens it a touch. And a little bit more. That's better. It's just by eye, depending on how you prefer it. And then with this colour, we're going to be going in and doing the tops of the diamond or the elliptical square design that we have here. Like so. And it's not a big difference, but hopefully when you look at it properly you will see that there is a difference there. And finally, what we need to do before we go over to the Barbarian, I said I wanted a very bright coloured metallic at the bottom of the Saltec green area, and we're using Dwarf bronze for that. Some of the Dwarf bronze on our brush, scrape it off as we normally do. This is one of the old colours. I'm not sure what the new colour is for Dwarf bronze, but it is quite a bright colour. I think it will be nice at the base with the Saltec green. That adds a little bit of something to it. And here as well. There we are. And with that, we'll pass over to the Barbarian, and we can start highlighting. Oh dear. Now we want the want a lot more of the rat skin flesh colour going on, which is that colour. And then we're going to be putting on some of the Screaming Skull, which you saw earlier. I'm going to put some of that on the palette now. I should have put it on earlier, but I didn't. You can I know you can hardly see this on camera, but hopefully you can see enough. Now we've got that, and we want some of the rat skin flesh going into this. quite a good mix of it because it's quite a lot of flesh we're highlighting for this character. And we need to change brushes as well because these aren't, as I said, 28mm brushes. 28mm figures, these are about 25mm. So it's a slightly finer brush for this because we're highlighting detail areas. Okay, so let's go up. And do the face. There's some of the muscles here. The hand. Next, a little bit more of the muscle on this side that needs doing. Any raised areas. Like so. Oops. I'm knocking the camera and I didn't realise, sorry about that. It's okay, so just trying to get the highlights done. Right down here like so. Look down there. So that's the highlighting done for there. And the highlighting now needs to be done for the axe. Although, no it doesn't. That looks absolutely okay as it is. So I'm not going to do anything for that, but it does need to be done for the metal bands around his arm and wrists. So I'm going back into the Runefang steel, just a little bit of that on my brush, and just a quick dab here and there with that. Just like so. And now with a little bit of the Screaming Skull, we're just going to be going over the dry brushing over the boots. I'm saying boots, they're just like wraps, as it looks like. I'm just going to be going over that with a dry brush, and we'll do the same these areas as well. Just like so. Just to make the difference between the I'll do that as well. Oh yeah. And there is the Barbarian. Now what remains to be done with him is to sort out the base. I'll do that in the usual way. Well, I'm saying the usual way, but the way I've done for the other minis, which is paint it black and then bring up the grey like I did for the, like I showed you in the videos for the lots of skeletons. Now we need to come back to this fella, and for him we're going to be using a little bit of the Bestigar flesh and the Screaming Skull, and again we're picking out highlights here. And there's not much to be done on this. This is quite clearly, I'm saying quite clearly, it's quite obviously not all that much in the line of skin shown. But there we are with that. While we've got that on the table, I'm going to go in with the brown, the what you call it, brown, the Rhinox hide, into the same mix. Like so. And with that we're going to highlight the gloves. I will do a little bit on the boots as well, like so. I don't need to do too much. And that is it for him. There is not much really more we can do with these characters. Very simple little characters to paint. But now, as I said, all I'm going to be doing is going around painting the base and bringing the base up to that level. And as you saw me do, as I say in the last videos, where I was finishing off painting these chaps. So that's it for this video. I'm now looking forward to my first game. Hopefully it will be tomorrow if I feel up to it. If not, then as soon as I can. Right, so that's it for this game or this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I hope the next time I come back with a video, my voice is better. But there we are. Anyway, that's it from me. And until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.